Hi, I'm Rebecca Antonici, and this is Tim Burks. And today we're going to be talking about pre-trips.
All right, let's talk shop.
All right, so Tim, what is a pre-trip?
So, great question. A pre-trip is what we have to do before we start any trip that we do. And that's where you're doing a complete walk around of that truck and that trailer to make sure that everything's functioning, everything's DOT legal, and that we identify any issues that may need to be fixed before we start that trip.
So why is it ultimately so important that I do this?
Well, there's a lot of reasons why it's ultimately important. Number one is we want to make sure that everything that we have that's running out there is safe, number one. But we also want to make sure that you're going to make it from where you're going or where you're picking up to where you're delivering without an over-the-road breakdown. And that's ultimately the biggest important piece of this is not just the requirement piece. Yes, that's absolutely important. But it's about your uptime, and it's about making sure that you eliminate or catch that problem before it becomes a problem out in the middle of nowhere, right? And what that will do, a proper pre-trip will save you time.
So it sounds like pre-trips, yes, they're super important for the company, but ultimately they're helping me as a driver to do a better one, a proper one.
They're making sure, number one, that your equipment is safe. Number two, that you have checked at and looked at everything, and the odds of you having a over-the-road breakdown are drastically reduced. And number three, it's going to save you time.
So if I'm walking around my truck and my trailer, there's a lot of parts, a lot of pieces. What if I need a reminder of different things to check or even how to check something? Is there something I can use?
Absolutely, and that's a great question. So we have flow codes. And if you go to the flow code page and you go to the shop page, or you go to the safety page, there's multiple areas in these flow codes where it shows you or has the link for pre-trip inspection. And it walks you through each section, lights, tires, brakes, mirrors, reflectors, so that if there's an area that you may need a refresher on, you can just go to that particular area and get that refresher. Or you can retake the whole thing as many times as you want. But the reason why we put it on the flow codes is so that if you forget something, you can go through and you can look. So, for example, if you said, what's the requirement for reflective tape? Well, you could go to that section and you could find the requirement for that. Or what's the requirement on tires? You could go to that section and find the requirement on tires. And it's really designed to help you to be more efficient at doing your pre-trip, but also to educate you to make sure you're doing it correctly.
Awesome, thank you. Thanks for watching.
Appreciate everything you do. Please be safe. And remember, a good pre-trip saves you time.